focusing on the gender that we belong to. I think we should focus on the work that we are doing. That is something which is going to stand out.
Yeah, so show no weakness. So I want to turn to Mandeep, because Mandeep, you heard Dr. Gupta talk about just be a good human being. You're around the world, 100 plus countries. You've got a book out, and why don't you tell us a little bit about what you've learned going to all these different countries? What major themes have you seen?
Sorry, can you hear me? Perhaps I was talking and you couldn't hear me. Apologies for that.
Okay.
Yes, I've now, this has been a very long research project, really my whole lifetime. I'm now on country 158. And in terms of, firstly, there's so many parallels with so many of the VICS. I also have a background from MIT. I also have Indian heritage and know exactly what it's like to be the only woman in the room. But most vividly, just last week in Central Africa Republic, and if there's one place in the world, I was on a UN Women mission. If there's one place in the world where I think voices need to be heard, it's their voices. I met so many women who had been the victims of gender-based violence. And you can imagine what kind of violence that is. They're being used as pawns in war. They have, had their children killed in front of them. They've been raped, gang raped. So just like everything that you could lose, they have lost. I met just so women like this that it became almost a national theme. And then you realize it's not a national theme, it's beyond that. How, we are all of us speaking on this panel, we're part of that 0.1% of the privileged people in the world. We at least are in the room. The other 99% are not only are they not in the room, they are carrying the burden of the displaced, the marginalized, the unheard, the unrecognized, and we're like, I don't have the words to say how what a responsibility we have to make sure that their voices are heard, the other 99%. And as well as being an author, I'm a journalist. And I also work in the startup sector. There's another thing that we have in common. And I think, whether we're telling someone else's story, whether we're making a product or a service, whether we're creating brainstorming together, if we don't have a combination of all of us in the room, then we're doing a disservice to the whole of humanity. Then we're only creating products and services for that 1% who already have everything. And until we start looking after the whole of humanity, that means all colors, genders, every, young, old, rich, poor, until we're truly inclusive. And that's the whole point of diversity and inclusion. Until we're truly inclusive, there is almost no point in having this conversation. It almost becomes just words. Mm-hmm. And when you see people who are starving, who have lost everything, and ask you, what are you going to do about it? Mm-hmm. Why is this not our problem? Well, it is our problem, because otherwise the inequality only creates more problems. It only creates places that we don't want to go to or we consider too dangerous. Well, why are they dangerous? Why are they marginalized? Because there are so many have-nots compared to haves. So sorry for getting emotional, but it's having, standing in a place where people don't even want to come to, and being on a continent that is often forgotten, and seeing how people only come to take, how the few people that do stay foot on this continent are thinking about what they can do to benefit, not how can everyone be included and everyone's voice is being heard, and how can we raise the bottom of the pyramid.
Thank you for that. That's, you know, we typically hear so much about equality in education and opportunities in education, but we sometimes forget that there's a larger, you know, impact that we can have with our science, technology, engineering, management, and our mathematics skills on humanity. And one of the things I really love about IEEE is, you know, our IEEE